Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by LaValle Building Supply, where it's the home Hartford Hurricanes leading 13-6 here as we begin the second quarter. Mill River, like we said early, has only played one game in the past 10 days, so a little rusty coming in as we've seen, being very patient with the ball, just like the Hurricanes, so a low-scoring one. And it's Hartford taking advantage early on, at least. Shelby with the ball now for Mill River. But the Hartford defense doing a good job making things difficult, closing up some passing lanes as you see that shot blocked. That was number 15 for Mill River. Cody Smith coming up with the block. Unfortunately, Mill River coming up with the rebound and knocking down a field goal. So Farnsworth bringing the ball up now for the Hurricanes, gives it up to Nolte. Nolte, a strong move in the paint and gets the layup. He's the leading scorer right now for either team with 7 points, showing his moves in the paint there. And again, this full court press for the Hurricanes really making Mill River work awful hard to bring the ball just up the court. And you can see that's certainly tiring this team out as they really haven't found a rhythm, as Shelby with a nice move there, can't get that to fall. Gets the offensive board, and he's going to be fouled and sent to the line for 2. So really, the big man, number 40, Dylan Shelby, coming up with the bulk of the offense for Mill River, but give the Hurricanes credit, doing a good job defensively on this 7-6 team. So Shelby will go to the line for 2 more. He's 1 for 2 on the day from the line. Can't get the first to fall. Have you seen our new and improved website, ycnnow.com? Tune in whenever you want on your smartphone or computer for individual news stories, shows, segments, and Game of the Week. All from YCN, your local view. And Shelby misses both. Nolte comes up with the board for the Hurricanes. Once again, driving strong in the paint. He gets fouled as he kisses that off the glass, and now Nolte will go to the line for 2. I believe it's the first free throws of the day for Hartford, so time now to see if they can convert from the charity stripe and take advantage of these freebies, because it seems like Nolte can just do that all day long. Knocks down the first. Nolte, a sophomore guard for the Hurricanes, and he's perfect 2 for 2 from the line. 9 points so far in the evening. And again, a good defensive effort. They're going to call the foul on Smith under the basket, but it looked like a good defensive effort, forcing a very awkward layup from a very awkward angle from Mill River. I don't know if the foul will, well, they're going to say it was on the shot. That's going to send number 5, Brian Eaton, to the line for 2. So we'll see 2 more free throws. Eaton, a sophomore guard for the Minutemen. So we see some substitutions now for the Hurricanes. That's number 31, Connor Chandler, checking into the game. And Eaton knocks that one down to cut the deficit to 7 for the visiting team. So you see Coach still arguing that call. Langdon not exactly pleased with that call. And Nolte's going to bring it up for the Hurricanes now with his team ahead 7 points. A little more than 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Perkins with the ball now. Some good movement away from the ball. Chandler with it. Gives it up to Dylan Spencer, seeing his first action of the day, and it's a nice backdoor pass to Connor Chandler, and Chandler's going to get the layup. So good work by a couple subs connecting on that play, and Chandler coming away with the layup, puts his team ahead by 9 now. Nice step back shot. That was number 12 knocking down the 3, Michael Morgan, a junior captain for the Minutemen. Perkins with the ball now for the Hurricanes. Gives it up to Chandler. Spencer, a little bit of a wild pass, but Nolte able to reel it in. Nolte drives in the lane once again, little finger roll, can't get that to fall. And a good rebound for Mill River, but another strong move by Nolte. Really able to create his own shot. And Coach Landon's not going to be pleased with that foul away from the ball. And that's an unfortunate situation for Hartford. The Minutemen already in the bonus, so that foul bringing the ball up the court is going to send Michael Morgan to the free throw line. So a little early with 5 minutes, 9 seconds remaining here in the second quarter for Mill River to be in the bonus. It's not exactly what you want to see if you're Coach Landon. Morgan connects on the front end of the 1-and-1. And he knocks down the second. Cuts his team's deficit to 4 points as we approach 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Farnsworth back in the game for the Hurricanes. Back to Farnsworth, and the open three-point attempt by Spencer. Little short on it, but the offensive board by Landon. Landon gets it back, finds a wide open Farnsworth, kicks it over to Nolte. Nolte an open three, and he front rims it. And a board by Shelby. Numbers for Mill River and an easy layup. So Mill River, quick points in transition, cuts the deficit to 2. So things changing a little bit here in the second quarter as Mill River starting to get a little bit more comfortable. Nolte with it now for the Hurricanes. Gives it up to Landon. Still showing some patience here. The Hurricanes looking for that perfect shot. Tried to get the pass into Chandler under the basket, but a nice job by Shelby for Mill River, tipping it away. And it's going to remain Hartford ball. So kind of do or die time right now for the Hurricanes. You can really feel momentum starting to shift as visiting Mill River has come up with a couple of key baskets. And there's going to be a call away from the ball. That's going to be against Mill River. And Farnsworth will once again try to inbound the ball under his own basket. We see a last-minute substitution here for the Hurricanes. Gets it into Potter. Potter can't get it to fall, but another offensive board. Chandler that time, but that pass is picked off. And a turnover on the other end. Looked like Mill River was going to have an open lane layup. Farnsworth kicked up the floor. A lot of contact, but no calls. Back to Farnsworth in the corner, and now finally we're going to get a timeout for Hartford. So things were getting a little wild, and Coach Landon's going to want to talk about it. So we'll take a quick break, too, from our YCN Game of the Week. Well, welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, brought to you by LaValle Building Supply. I'm Mike Pizzone here at Hartford High School, where it's the home Hurricanes leading Mill River by 2 points here inside 4 minutes to go here in the first half. As Nolte with the ball now at the top of the key. Gives it up to Landon. Landon, a nice move. And a strong move off the glass. Gets that to fall. And puts Hartford ahead 21-17. Oh, a wide open player under the basket for Mill River. Shelby wasn't able to see it, and Hartford was there to defend it. So an opportunity lost for the Minutemen there. Easy bucket, but you're not going to hear any Hartford fans complaining about that. Although another foul away from the ball is going to set up a 1-and-1 scenario here for Morgan. Morgan 2 for 2 from the line tonight. And he misses the front end. Hartford with the rebound. Landon with it now. Gives it up to Smith. Smith finds Farnsworth. Farnsworth listed as a guard on this team, but one of the taller players on the floor on either side, being guarded by a center for Mill River. Nolte with a deep three-point attempt. Can't get it to fall, but another offensive board by Bryce Landon, and he's going to be called for the travel. Coach Landon looking for a pushing call that may have forced him to take that step. Unfortunately, that call is not going to come. But a good job nonetheless by the Hurricanes, really getting their hands on the ball and not coming up officially with the offensive board on that one, but showing a presence down low nonetheless. Nice pass under the basket to Shelby. He's going to get that to fall, but it's going to be an offensive foul. So good defensive play right there by Smith, and it's going to go the other way. So inside 2.5 minutes to go with the home Hartford Hurricanes ahead by 4 points. And again, for a team that's 1-7 since December 22nd, Coach Landon's got to be very happy with what he's seen from his team so far tonight. Again, a reminder to stay tuned near the end of our telecast for the HR Club Kearsarge Heating Oil turning up the heat player of the game. As Farnsworth a little hard on the glass with that shot. But I think Mill River was called for another foul, and that's going to remain Hartford ball. So a good opportunity here for the Hurricanes to add to their lead. It's going to be Nolte inbounding. Finds Farnsworth. Creates a little space, tries to get it off the glass. A little bit of a wild shot, but another offensive board. And that's going to be Gaudette putting up the shot. And another offensive board by Smith this time. Gets it over to Perkins. So a team with not that much height, but dominating the glass so far tonight. Smith gives it up to Perkins. Perkins with a spin move. Gives it up to Gaudette. Crowd looking for a travel over there, but not going to get the call. Nolte with it now. Plays the pick. Gives it up to Farnsworth. Farnsworth takes the three. He can't get it to fall, but another offensive board by Smith. And the Minutemen are going to be called for a foul. So you see the Hartford bench filled with applause right now. Very, very pleased with that effort. Particularly Cody Smith crushing it on the boards right now. So once again, it's going to be Hartford inbounding the ball under their own hoop with 1:17 to play here in the opening half. Farnsworth finds Nolte. Gives it up to Gaudette. Back to Farnsworth, over to Nolte in the corner. Nolte creating some space, trying to drive, and he's going to be called for a travel. Draws a little bit of a mocking applause from the Mill River fans in attendance. And that's going to be turned over. The press giving Mill River fits so far tonight, and that pass was to nobody and eventually bounced into the fourth row. I believe that was Coach Harry Ledoux from Windsor catching that ball. So it's Farnsworth inbounds it to Nolte. Inside the final minute here in the opening half. Hartford still with a 4-point advantage. Gives it up to Nolte. Nice pass down low to Smith, and that's going to be blocked. Mill River now quick up the floor. 40 seconds remaining, and that's going to be a palm clear as day. So a lot of turnovers here in these past 2 minutes. Nolte now walking the ball up the court. 35 seconds remaining. You got to think he'd be happy just draining out the rest of this clock and getting the final shot. But we thought that in the first quarter as well, and that's not the case again as Farnsworth knocks down the three-pointer. increases the lead to 24-17 as this press once again giving Mill River fits. They do get it across Mill River, but only 10 seconds left on the clock here. Got to do something quick. 5 seconds. Good defense here by the Hurricanes. Finds an open man. Three-pointer in the corner. Long, the offensive board and putback, and that is going to fall. So a nice job by Mill River there, crashing the boards. And Hartford's going to head into halftime ahead 24-19. So a good job here by the home team in the opening half. So stay tuned after the break for a second half action from your YCN Game of the Week.